I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, Teresa, please take the roll.
Okay, Mayor Jones.
Here.
Carlson.
Here.
Bowen.
Here.
Horacek.
Here.
Schilling. Here. I know Mattson is absent with notice.
I did not hear from
Assume
Travis, so I don't
Hopefully he's
know.
just a little late.
Yeah. All right, do we have any additions or actions on the agenda?
Motion to approve agenda as presented.
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, we'll vote. Carlson?
Yes.
Bowen?
Yes.
Horacek?
Yes.
Schilling?
Yes.
All right, no minutes at this because it's a special meeting, public comment. I think these guys are all here for some other reason. Or they just showed up to see us, or maybe they just showed up to see us. All right, this is our budget meeting. Just to give you guys a little background. We had discussion, hi Blair.
Hi.
We had discussion about seeing there's a way we could streamline this meeting rather than have the budget meeting drag on and on and on. So we thought, let's try having a little conversational meeting and have everybody come in. We'll talk about the request. If council has any questions, we'll get her all out and get her all talked. So when we come time to do the budget, I'm anticipating that we're going to be able to get it done in 4 or 5 hours. No, not very long. I hope. I promise.
All right.
So that's kind of what we're after tonight. So if there's questions for you guys, we're going to just, fire away. So when it's your turn, we'll probably ask you to get up to the podium so we can keep track as we're going through. And we'll get her going. Hopefully we can get everybody out of here in a short time. We put Keith last so we wouldn't have to worry about it, cutting him off. All right? First off, happy 250, happy 4th of July. Glad you guys could all give us a little time on a Monday night. And we'll go ahead and get rolling. First one on the list tonight is the Humboldt Ambulance Service. And Tim is here and on his way to the podium because he just loves and coming and talking to us.
Tim Even, Humboldt Ambulance.
How are you?
Excellent. With that, I assume you got our budget request?
Yes.
Hope you got it. I don't have a copy of it. I'm going off.
We got it right in front of us.
There you go.
So Humboldt Fire Ambulance.
And you tell me what it says.
I'll tell you what it says. They are requesting for the fiscal year 2027, $32,500. And that is up from last year about $7,500.
Last year was 25,000 here.
Yeah. Well, look at that.
Right.
Full service.
Yes.
And Tim, just give us a little background on the reasoning and why you're asking for the increase.
We are trying to move our paid staff, which is our medics that we have on 24/7. What we were paying our medics, frankly, I guess got to the point it was, you can be frugal so long, I guess put it that way. This last March, well, actually at the beginning of the year when we were doing our budget stuff, we also looked at, we go to the townships, municipalities, and also talk to the county about funding for the ambulance. We did up everything for the townships. We cover, in the ballpark, I guess, including a little bit of McCook County, we covered about 320 square miles. So we're 200 and some miles of the western third of Minnehaha County, as well as we get into McCook County, just due to the natural boundary of the Vermilion River. It's a little quicker for us to get there than it is for Salem, because Salem takes care of McCook County, or most of McCook County. So we went to the townships. We did a significant increase there, probably to the tune of about 60% of what we were charging. I visited with every one of the townships that we cover, and there's 12 of them that we have either all or portions of. I told them what we were doing it for, and it is strictly for staff. It is not going towards paying, it's the first Monday.
Yep.
Yeah.
Don't get under the desk.
Why is it 5 minutes late?
I'll talk to Metro at our Metro meeting next week. So with that, like I said, what the money we collect from the townships, municipalities, and the county all goes to pay staff. That will, by the time you do 24/7 on that, and you obviously run into overtime, running 12-hour shifts, it'll go north of 200,000 is what we spend on staff. We currently still run a volunteer alongside the medic that we have on staff. Some of us are dumb enough that we hop in and go along for the ride, I guess. So the money that we're asking in an increase, it isn't as much as what we jumped the townships, but we said we gotta maybe walk, not run at this thing. So thus the increase, because we want to increase the pay for our medics. I said in the past, we don't get called up to say, hey, you want to come over for cookies? When we get called, typically it's, something bad. Our medics, it isn't necessarily a high volume. We run in the neighborhood of 300 to, say, we've been as high as 340 calls per year, calls for service. But it's kind of a low volume but high stress. And to borrow a quote from one of the members of the sheriff's department when we were at a budget meeting at the county, he said, once you get good people, you got to pay to keep them. He said, if you don't, they're going to walk. So we're trying to get, I don't know if there's such a thing as keep everybody happy, but we're trying to get to that point. Thus the request for an additional $7,500 over last year's budget.
How many calls in the city of Hartford are in 507?
In 200, last year was 212 of the, I want to say and I'm going off of memory now, 320 calls we had, 212 were to the Hartford Civic.
57033.
We do not break it down. If you want it broke down, it isn't going to be me, then I will pick one of the medics and say, here's a low stress job. You can sit and tabulate that stuff. But, so we do not break it down by townships or, I guess that'd probably be the way to say it, if we go out of the county.
Yeah.
And we are the backup ambulance for Salem, so if they're busy, we do go to Salem, and we're also provide advanced life support for Parker, Marion, and Bridgewater. So if they have a call that's going south on them, they call and ask for advanced life, and then we meet them at Pumpkin Center is where we usually meet up, and then our medic hops in with them, and then we follow along to fetch our medic home. So, but in a nutshell, that's what we got going. We constantly look for grants. We got one going right now. Portable radios that we carry, a little over $12,000 a piece now for the ones that we put in the grant for. If we don't get the grant, we're not getting those radios.
Yeah.
So we don't spend what we don't have for the back. Ambulance-wise, we are looking at a committee, I guess it's July already, we're going to form a committee here this month at this month's meeting to see about maybe purchasing a new ambulance or at least specking one out. Last talking with the salesman, he said if we order today, we will see it in 2 years. So that stretches it out a little further than we like to hold on to the ambulance, but no issues with this one right now. But with that, we figure we better get moving if we are going to order one. They said at least if we order, they can keep us a spot in the line, and that way we're in the building queue, I guess. So, but nothing has been done there. Last we talked, getting one very similar to what we have right now. They said it'd probably be around 350,000. And currently, the last time we traded our ambulance, much like what we have right now, the best deal we could find was we sold it privately for 35,000. Those things dive off in a pretty good hurry, but this one is, as we said, I think at the last meeting, it is one small move on Sundays. It will get it up.
All right, any questions for Tim? Well, I think I say that typically with you guys and with the fire department, when we need you, we need you. They're very bad. Like you say, we're not calling to see if you want to come for cookies. All right. Questions, comments? Not? Good.
Thank you much. And thank you. Glad you came.
Boy, that was too easy.
You can get rough on the rest of them.
And we probably will. No, we won't. All right, next up, Hartford Area Fire and Rescue. We have a couple fine folks here, Fire Chief Todd and Money Counter James.
Just moral support.
Right, well, thanks for the opportunity again. I'm Todd Lowe, for the Fire Chief for Hartford Fire Department. I suspect, just like Tim stated, that you received our
Yep.
purpose, our justification letter, and our budget, and the request for that. As stated within the request, this year we are requesting $100,000 as our request. Percentage-wise, James can speak accurately to the percentage increase on that as compared to last year by percentage-wise. Our request for those funds is consistent with the growth of our community and consistent with the growth in the calls for service, as well as our future plans for where we see Hartford Area Fire and Rescue within the next 10 to 15 years. So with that in mind, we're actually sitting in a very strong financial position, as you will, but we have a lot of big-ticketed items on the radar. We just purchased, and we're thankful for the city of Hartford for their financial support for our new engine. But that being said, we also have a ladder truck that's in need. That's our next big ticket item. That is actually, we're making conversations, or having conversations with identifying which route we're going to best go with that. It is unlikely that we are going to purchase new, because the reality is that the cost of that is well over $1 million. But we're seeking some good, solid prospects for our new apparatus replacement. Our other financial support comes to very much like like Tim had stated with the townships. We had our township contract meetings in March, which was consistent through all of them. For the most part, it was just a very consistent request, and we were granted those requests for those townships as well. So our request is, like I said, consistent with what we believe is to support sustainable fire and EMS service for the citizens of Hartford and the community by which we serve. And with that in mind, I also understand that I just took office here in January, and there's been a lot of things just put in front of me. One of the things that I identified was we really don't have a very good projected plan. I mean, what does Hartford Fire and Rescue look like in another 10 years, in another 15 years? So in our board meeting last night, we will be putting together a strategic planning committee and identify, big picture items such as what's staffing look like, what's the future of Hartford, when are we going to be looking at a paid staff of some sort? I don't know what that is, but and what are our apparatus replacement costs? And if you take even just our engine and our ladder truck, we're looking at over $2 million worth of just replacement costs with that. That's not something that you just ask for city council or any entity overnight. So I trust with our financial statements that you're seeing that we're making strides to save up for that, so that way our request in the time of need isn't so sudden and so taxing on those entities. So other than that, we, I think we were 206, 207 calls within the city of Hartford last year, about accounts for 55% of our call volume within the city limits of Hartford. So,
Perfect. I have two comments. We also budget for you guys for your building.
yeah.
It's 80,000 a year.
Correct.
Every year I ask the number, so I actually have it ahead of time. So it started in 2011.
11.
We've made 15 payments. We have 9 to go. So we're finally under 10 payments.
Right.
So we're down to, we're getting that whittled down.
Right.
If I'm still mayor when we pay that off, we'll probably have to burn the mortgage or we'll burn something.
No, I'll just ask for additional coverage for that, that's all right.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
That might be another.
Wow. I didn't see that coming.
Why else do you think we have a strategic planning committee? It's like,
didn't see that coming.
city council 10 years ago.
If you're still mayor, then it's gonna be like weekend at Bernie's. You're just gonna be here.
Wow. Prop me up.
No, yeah, all seriousness aside, I just, appreciate the opportunity again, and like I said, our budget request is pretty consistent with,
Yeah.
cost of living and just operating costs in general. Nothing really significant in my opinion, so if you have any further questions regarding our budget.
Anybody got any questions? When you guys get into your planning session, by all means, if you have any questions for the city, or if you'd like any of us to show up, or Teresa, or, we'd be more than happy to come and sit down and talk about that.
Yep.
I think that'd be actually probably a pretty good
It's
venture.
needed. I mean,
Yeah.
we're literally going from administration to administration, from a chief by whim of a vote, and then wondering like, well, what am I gonna do now, or what has Brian started? What are we
Yeah.
moving forward to, and what's our 5-year plan look like for growth of our organization to provide sustainable service? So, we hope to get that into,
Right.
to some sort of a formalized plan, or at least a guide, so that way, as administrations, if they change, they at least have something to start with instead of starting from scratch again. So,
You
I
bet.
think that's just good responsibility for taxpayer money to do that.
I'll say the same thing I said about Tim. We need you guys when we need you.
Thank you.
So, anything else? Not? Good. Thank you, guys. Next up, Lisa Helvig with Hartford Hometown Christmas. Oh, and Sherry. And Sherry. Oh, man.
And Jerry.
Wow. And Sherry Goldman. Your name's not on the list here, or I would have, been right
You want
there.
to get that down there for
Yeah,
me?
Sherry Goldman, I'll add that to the notes. Okay.
Right.
So yeah, everything's mostly the same this year. I think the first time, like maybe ever, we are asking for a $3,000 increase. Mostly that is due to 3 items. Storage unit fees, higher insurance costs, and we've been paying more for facility usage at the school than we've had. Kind of depends on administration on what we get paid, but it's kind of consistently been the last several years a little bit higher amounts. So just those 3 items that we can't really budget elsewhere for, and those are just kind of
So you guys-
administrative. So that's basically where the 3,000 is coming from. Is obviously costs are going up. So far, we've been able to still do sponsorship fees, have been right around 20,000 from the businesses, and about 1,800 in vendor fees for the vendor show. It's kind of hard because our bulk of the money comes from the sponsors fees, so when we're planning, we don't necessarily have that money in hand.
We are
And
concerned about this year because everybody's getting hit with higher costs. And
Yeah.
all of our businesses, right?
Right.
And so we really feel we're going to see the hit on that.
Yeah, and so there's a chance we may have to try to make some cuts in some areas,
We're
which is hard to
discussing
do.
what has to go, where are high dollar things that maybe we have to consider that.
Yep. everything is, I mean,
It is what it is.
it'd be crazy to say if we didn't realize that everything is going up. And you guys, for years, have put on a great event. It's, draws a lot of folks to town for one day of hoopla. Is that a good word?
Well, maybe not.
Kind of a Christmas movie word,
There you go.
hoopla. Yeah, any questions for the hometown Christmas folks? I guess based on what we're seeing across the board, I don't know that I don't think, see that we're out of line, so, yeah. All right, thank you. All right, next up, fresh off of their event, Hartford Jamboree Days, Leah and Rachel. See, I asked, but I knew Sherry's name, I should have probably.
Yes, very fresh off of it.
Yes,
So yeah, I think we're a little caught up on sleep finally. But
Yeah.
It was a good event this year, so kind of going in line with Rutherford's, just up a little bit just because of expenses have done us for us as well as we've gone into the events. We're kind of noticing a lot of our revenue outside of you comes as well from sponsorships and from the vendors and beer sales.
so I know your Friday night event was just crazy. How do you feel the rest of the weekend was?
I think it went pretty good considering Saturday always gets to be a long day, so we're always trying to figure out things to put in the afternoon to
Yeah.
draw people back in. But obviously, if you've been there all day long with your kids, it's hard to come back. But
Right.
We had the first ever golf cart showdown. That was kind of fun. We had a lot of people having a lot of fun with that, so hopefully that continues to grow as well, so.
That was a lot of fun.
Were you in?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Why did I even ask that? Why did I even ask?
Did I win? No, I took fourth place. Which was last in my division, but I had a lot of fun.
That's the fun that was about those, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So I was not there Saturday night. How was your band at night?
They were pretty good. They were good. Crowd is about the same as it's been. We normally pull in about between 150 and 200 people average. We're actually looking at maybe next year doing something that would be more of a local band versus a Minnesota band to see if we can get some more local people.
The 1270s would be awesome.
The what ones?
The 1270s.
Open to recommendations. Yes.
They play nothing. You know what I'm talking about. Those guys are amazing.
Yes. All right.
I know it's kind of it's always a subject you guys don't like to talk. Is there ever any talk about moving it back downtown, the dance?
Not with the staff that we have, no. Just because of with setting up the fence, and you have to hire additional security because now it's more constrained into a street dance environment, more ability to have open potatoes and alcohol. That we've seen that with the last 4 years that we were downtown was the abuse of alcohol down there. It was one of our main concerns about moving it to the park. Want to have additional EMSs come in every night, 2 in the morning, just because of that. Knock on wood, we've not had that since we've been in the parks.
And you're competing with Teapot Days.
Yep.
Garrettson had their event, I
I
think.
think Garrison
Same
was the same
time
weekend
this
also.
year.
Yeah.
And
There's
they're
normally 2
doing
to
street
3 other
dances, right?
towns that have something
Yeah,
that same
yeah.
weekend.
And
We've
then-
looked at moving the weekend too to see if that changes it, but you start looking at other towns around you.
Yeah.
They do the same thing we do. They're trying to look to see as well. So
Mhm.
that's why we kind of stay consistent that way our town house knows where when we're celebrating.
We actually have a lot of people who normally go to Teapot Days and part of it this year that had it before, and we heard a lot of good things from them, saying that they'd be back next year.
I definitely heard that on Friday night.
Yeah.
Yeah, that, the park atmosphere for the car show is really popular.
Yes.
Did you guys add motorcycles this year? Is that what I saw?
We've had it in the past, but we did have a new, with War Torn
Yeah.
just opening up. They approached us with an opportunity. We have a platinum sponsor.
Yeah.
They kind of decided, we worked with them a little bit on their sponsorship, and they did some of their service packages as part of the sponsorship, along with some cash as well. So they actually promoted more of the motorcycles, so that I'm hoping will continue.
Was there a good show up?
There was way more motorcycles.
I wanted
this
to
year.
get down, but, because I don't really care about the cars, but the motorcycles.
You gotta get up to
I didn't
get down.
I didn't get down there.
You gotta get up to get down, you know?
Yeah, I know.
Quite a few show up for the car show and stuff too, so we do have a motorcycle class and the car show now, so.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, and we had quite a few extra that we haven't had in the past, so I think having them be the sponsors will help
Yeah.
encourage that growth. I know we had 123 that were registered. We had 12 that were not registered to vote. They went into a no-judge class, and I know we had an additional about 15 to 20 cars that just showed up late that still wanted to show their car, but they were too late to judge, so they just decided to park and enjoy the night. So we were probably in talks of over 150 this year.
Yeah. Those judges were working
Yes. they-
feverishly to get done before dark, the way it looked. Yeah.
Yes, we put them on a time frame, and
Yeah.
sometimes they're coming back over.
Well, car rides run hard, and they're not like grouped together, so they literally have to go through the whole thing.
The only ones that are obvious are motorcycles and semis. Everybody else is kind of
Yeah, yeah.
all over, so.
All right, any questions for Leah or Rachel?
I know one thing for 2027, just to kind of let you guys know, we're also trying to think of things to bring teens. Obviously, teens kind of look around, we have enough for kids, we have enough for adults, we need ideas for teens. So I know that our committee is, we've got quite a few that have some teens, so we're looking at them going, what would your kids want to do in the park? And if we look at maybe doing a pickleball tournament or a kickball tournament or maybe cornhole tournament, something that would bring
Yep.
them guys to this park and enjoy the activities as well. And actually, we had quite a few of them that were that age that wanted to do karaoke on Saturday afternoon, so that was kind of fun.
All right. Anything else? Thanks, you guys. We really do appreciate what you do.
Thank you guys, have a great day.
Thank you.
You bet. Downtown Hartford, now we have my trivia hostess.
It's true, not this week though.
Not this week. I might have a chance.
You just won't get the, well, it's Jason, he'll still get the rest.
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys already have seen our request, we're requesting marketing money for the farmer's market specifically. I haven't been president the whole time on DHI, but I believe this is the first time we've asked for city funds to assist with the market specifically. We made a huge push to do marketing for this year's market and have already seen a huge increase in people our first two markets.
Yeah.
So much so, we're adding a fourth food truck for July because the lines for food have been just unmanageable because we have
Yeah.
so many people.
Yeah.
So, just looking for assistance in that. One of the big things on there was, we actually had several vendors suggested, and we just think it would be a very good marketing tool for us and for the city as well to get a drone in for one of our bigger markets next year, to have some really cool video footage and photos that can be utilized by us, also by you as a city for the community guide or whatever, just to show our downtown cool people.
I may be able to help you with that.
Part, I like that.
A small donation.
Okay.
Yeah, so if there's somebody local that does that, I would love a
Yep.
suggestion.
Yep.
So,
I
but
might be able to help you with
It's been great, but you're right,
Oh.
the food lines have been
yes.
terrible,
Yeah.
terrible.
Just, yeah, there's only so much you can do out of
Yeah.
a small food truck, and they're getting a little overwhelmed. So we're adding a fourth one for July for sure, and potentially August as well. September is usually a slower market, just because school has started, but it's, yeah, definitely needed, which is awesome.
that. Put them on opposite ends of the market, seems like a great idea.
We have them split now. Creekside goes to one side, and then the other two are on the other. We may, yeah, add that second one by Creekside.
Yeah.
Keeps everybody kind of walking back and forth.
Yeah.
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 But yeah, and Creekside's been amazing because they're they pump out food real fast.
Yes, they
So they're a great backup when the food trucks get really busy. But, and his food's just really good.
And you just had unbelievable weather these first days.
Yes, that
I mean,
definitely
that
helps.
just, I mean,
Yes.
you cannot dial that up.
Yeah.
It has just been unbelievable.
Yeah, and yeah, we had asked, this year was our first time to expanding a little bit farther down Second, on that side, and we're probably 3 or 4 vendors from filling that section of street already, so, which is awesome. I
Yeah.
believe our first market for sure, I haven't asked Callie this last one, but we had, I think, 55 vendors at our very first market. So, we love to see it, but yeah, like I said, we made a big push this year, and it seems to be working, so we would like to continue doing so.
And I think I know the answer. Those vendors do pay to be there, right?
They do. We are very low on our vendor fees because we like to keep them coming back. But yes, so our vendor fee, if you come for the whole market, all 5 markets, it's $80. That's it.
Oh, wow.
So, which that's our goal. We want them to show up. We want them to make money. That's a higher priority to us
Yeah.
than us making money. So, we get a lot of comments on that too, that they appreciate they don't gotta sell a whole bunch of stuff just to make their market
Right.
worth their time.
Yeah.
But,
Well, it's nice when you come in like your request and you tell us exactly what you're gonna, we love that.
good.
We like to
I won't
see
even take
what's-
credit for that. Callie made this one.
Okay, we'll let her. She's not here. All right, any questions for Kaylin? Other than start telling me the trivia questions before. All right.
Hard.
Yeah, if you want a good laugh, come to the trivia.
You really should. Trivia
It
is
is
fun.
really fun. All right, thank you very much.
Yes,
Next
thanks,
up, Hartford Chamber of Commerce. We have Ashley here. How are you?
Good, how are you guys? I'll make it quick, you guys, most of you know me, but I actually am the president of the Hartford Chamber. For this year, I have a statement from the chamber, so we are decreasing our ask for this year down to 10,000 from 24, I believe, last year. I think Jill submitted our request on our behalf, along with our budget that we have, and thank you for considering it. The chamber is requesting these funds to support the community events and marketing efforts that help bring people into Hartford, support local businesses, and create opportunities for residents and visitors to engage in our community. The funding would help support events such as the Block Party, Fall Festival, Summer Kickoff, which was new this year, and Discover Hartford initiatives, just to name a few. I'd also like to address a few common questions that have been brought up front. First, these funds are not being requested for day-to-day chamber operations. These are intended to support the community events and promotions that benefit Hartford as a whole. Second, the chamber actively raises its own revenue through membership sponsorships, fundraising efforts, and events. City funding helps leverage these investments and allows us to provide larger, higher quality events that support the community. Third, the chamber has worked hard to be financially responsible. We continually look for ways to diversify revenue and secure sponsorships, maximize every dollar, and invest back into Hartford. At the end of the day, this request is an investment into our community. These events support local businesses, encourage people to shop and spend locally, and attract visitors, and help make Hartford a place where people want to live, work, and raise their families. We appreciate your consideration and look forward to continuing our partnership with the city and work together to support Hartford's growth and success.
Well, that's awesome. I have to share with you, I called Jill today to make sure that there wasn't a
I'll get
mistake.
you some puppies.
I know it, to make sure that there wasn't a mistake, you didn't put anything on there for her position, and she said that you guys have that covered,
We
and,
did not. I think we're doing.
yeah, that's
okay.
awesome, but I just wanted to make sure,
We didn't. We had a long discussion about it. We actually ended up having 2 additional meetings.
yeah,
And we are going to forego the request. I
Yeah.
think we're
Oh.
doing, Jill's doing a phenomenal job. And we have a good board that, with some good financial minds. So I think we're okay, and we felt comfortable
Yep.
with where we are and the support that we're receiving. We're growing our membership slowly, but actively going after, we want to re-engage Humboldt. We want to,
Yep.
we have good plans and a good strategy in place.
Yep.
So we're comfortable with asking for the decrease and allowing you to fund that in other places to continue to grow Hartford. So we love the partnership, and it's growing really well.
It's very impressive.
Yeah.
We appreciate you.
Very.
And I'm not saying it will always be there.
No, no, but
The funds that are there
Yeah.
keep us operationally sound, and they have not grown. We've grown on dividends. We haven't been able to contribute to it, but we're doing okay operationally. So,
Yeah.
yeah, we're excited, and Jill's been a great addition.
Yeah, she's been amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anybody who's visited with her, so.
Yeah.
And you clearly are doing amazing too in your position. We just don't get to
Thank
see you
you.
as much.
Yeah.
I know, and I took a new position with mine, so now I'm a market, so I'm over all of Sioux Falls Pier. So I travel a bit more,
Yeah.
but I'm adjusting. So I'm 8 weeks into my role, and so you'll see me more now, and it's for some of my favorite events. I'm really excited for the block party, fall festival.
We do appreciate you letting us kind of co-op your block party, because one of the first conversations I said to Jill, I said, can we move this? Let's blow her out if we can. Let's
Yeah.
make that, I think it's going to be a great
Did you
event.
see we hit Hartford happenings? People were already asking like, hey, when's the block party in Hartford?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
really cool to see
Yeah.
that the community is asking for it now, and it's not just.
I'm so glad to see the chamber getting behind it and
Yeah.
doing this. I think that could really be a great event.
Yeah,
So,
the shift in that mindset to be community-driven,
Yep.
which then supports the businesses, is what our goal is. I love
you
it.
got one of my favorite groups playing.
Brass holes.
Brass holes.
Brassel, I've heard, I've not heard of that.
Just fun to
but
say.
I
They sound
hope
pretty good, too.
I hope they sell t-shirts. Yeah.
So, should
Any
be fun.
questions?
Any questions for Ashley? Well, thank you, we really appreciate that.
Thank you all, appreciate
You
you.
bet. Thank you. All right, next up, Blair's been sitting there in the front row. Hartford Area Development Foundation.
Well, the good news is the money that the chamber is not requesting, I'm keeping.
That's a good save. How long did it take you to think of that? Just after she got done,
The
or?
second she said it, my ears perked. So Blair Backey, treasurer for the Hartford Area Development Foundation. I do also have a letter typed up here. So tonight I'm here to ask for your continued partnership and support of a matching $25,000 allocation in the 2027 city budget for the services provided by SMGA. I'm also requesting $10,000 to help offset operating costs associated with maintaining our property designated for future economic development opportunities. So for Arden, that's 35 total.
I got it.
Yeah.
It's on here.
So as many of you know, we lost our development director here back in April. So some good to that is the fact that there is a cost savings from salary, but the harm of that is the true realization that we are a volunteer board. Many of us are very busy with our 8 to 5s, trying to be able to make economic development be a priority to something that we can be proud of. We know that we're missing the key. We're missing the opportunities, we're missing the relationships, the connections that all come with having that full-time person. So first off and foremost, thank you for your guys' recent contribution to bring SMGA on board. We are very much early on in the infancy of understanding how that's going to look like, but all things are pointing in the right direction. So it's a huge development, a huge win for both of our groups. So again, thank you. Basically goes on to say that Hartford's no longer the small community it once was. We're one of the fastest growing communities in South Dakota, and the opportunities in front of the HADF are greater than they've ever been. With the Envision Hartford 2025 program that we ran, brought in phenomenal money. A huge, again, kudos to the city for their contributions. Along with our residents, we were able to acquire a sizable chunk of land, which was Kidweiler as well as North Oaks, which you guys are all familiar with. With that though, also goes to the fact that being able to market that property, have it be presented the way that it needs to be, remain competitive, all of those things are again something that SMGA is going to help out with tremendously. So the initial $10,000 request is equally important. HADF currently maintains nearly 150 acres that represent the future opportunities for this community. Those properties must be kept attractive, accessible, and development ready. Keep in mind with Kidweiler, the vast majority of that is cash rented out, so that's not where the money's going. Likely we have someone to help offset some of those costs towards the North Oaks addition. But those maintenance costs continue to rise. For example, we just got our first invoice of the year from our brush cutting on North Oaks, roughly $5,000. So part of that $10,000 could be a trade-off if you guys would prefer to do an in lieu payment of and have someone sit on a brush cut mower once a month, make sure we stay within ordinance. We would retract our $10,000 ask if you guys be willing to mow that and help maintain our ponds.
Oh, ponds is on the agenda tomorrow night, so you're jumping the gun a little bit.
Or we're getting a seed planted, whichever way you all. But those costs, obviously with the moisture that we've gotten, it's not gonna stop growing. And obviously we need some of that crop coverage there to help maintain just the ground itself. So something for you guys to consider.
Yeah.
But for nearly 50 years, the HADF has existed for one purpose, to promote the growth and prosperity of Hartford, and that mission remains unchanged today. So tonight I'm not asking you to fund the foundation, I'm here asking for a continued partnership with the HADF through a continued investment of opportunity and responsible growth. Questions, ladies and gentlemen?
Questions from Blair? Well, that, I shouldn't speak for Craig, the in lieu would be definitely be something we should talk about.
That maintenance cost.
Be a few hours.
Yeah, it'd be a few hours, but really, we should probably put, maybe put a pencil to it.
Where do
just
they
see.
mow, I mean, I know the property, but where are they, like, where out on the property are they mowing?
Basically, the biggest chunk is going to be just to the north of where Eric's shop is.
Okay.
Because that's all still, that's empty, not marketed, yeah, right.
And then do they mow everything on the east side?
Over around
I
by the
assume, too?
ponds.
Right,
Yeah.
all
Water
around
tower.
north and the east, and
Right,
the water
yeah,
tower
right,
too.
right.
That's a large area.
So you got
It's
to
a
chunk
large
your,
area.
you got to chunk your ground,
It's 30-some acres, I suppose.
Yep. 35 and change.
Yep.
yeah.
So if you guys are willing to take that on, then yeah, we would drop our request to 25 and be used for our continued partnership with SMGA, assuming everything works out like we all hope.
I think we would least, before we would make any commitment, we better have that conversation with, see what Craig thinks.
It'll give them a reason to ask for a new mower, I'm sure.
Like I said, that's gonna be next week, now we're gonna need new mowers.
Yeah, so how do we balance a new tractor with a brush cutter on the back? Let me see, how's
Sounds like
that?
they're in cahoots with Craig.
How does that pencil, I wonder? Let me see. All right, anybody got any questions for Blair? We really appreciate you coming. And yeah, I guess I would echo. I'm excited to see this thing get going. Again, and maybe we can,
Is that drywall company, right, are they gonna be breaking ground this year?
Have to, I don't know.
Yeah.
yeah. So, well, get her going. You guys need to fill that baby up.
Got a couple good leads. If some of those would shake out, it's gonna be the last time you hear from us asking money from you guys.
We always like that.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Thank you
Thanks, guys.
very much. Last but not least, look, we didn't have you sit there very long, Keith.
Now, you saw everyone kept it short, okay?
Oh, yeah. Keith McKeeson, Gateway Hartford Inc., and it was just formed 6 months ago. A lot of stuff's been happening since. Started out with $100,000 funding from the city. That's what we're asking for again. You guys got our bio, to kind of know what's going on there. I do have a treasurer's report for you.
Okay.
This is through June.
Okay.
So our balance as of right now is $36,500.
Okay.
And most of that was spent on Teton Bridge consulting.
Yep.
There was about $10,000 of attorney fees to get the 501(c) formed.
Yep.
And then plus some other expenses. So the only, if we have no expenses between now and the end of the year, our ending balance will be $20,500.
Okay.
And the only expense between now and then that we know of is the Teton Ridge consulting fee.
Right.
Then we also are well aware we did not get that brownfield grant,
Yep.
which if we would have, we wouldn't have had to put up with the 20%, wouldn't have put up 20% match, which is about $700,000.
Right.
With that request, you know, it builds that balance too, if you will.
Because I was on the call with Keith, I'll chime in just a little. When we had our, what did we call that first call? Kind of a debrief for, with
For
the,
the appeal, you gotta.
yeah, with the folks from EPA and, you know, Keith and I both being lifelong salesmen, you put a couple salesmen on the phone and we asked the question, I bet 5 or 6 different ways. And every time they kept saying no. Finally, the gal stopped me and she said, Art, you can keep asking it a different way. It's still gonna be no. I mean, I tried everything I could think of, but, we definitely gotta get those remediated. That's been the plan, that's the plan from the get-go, so we really gotta,
Yeah, and then the application process for the next fiscal starts September 1st.
yeah,
So we're glad, you know, there'll be some costs associated with that, but.
yeah.
And next spring is when they let you know if you got it or not.
Yeah,
And what's that grant, I mean, we don't even, you know, is that, it's an 80-20 grant?
yeah, that's,
Last year it was, or excuse me, last year that 20% was forgiven. So if you applied for the grant and you got it, you didn't have to have the 20% match.
Okay.
This coming fiscal, guess when that match is going to be.
so far, we don't know. I could
So far,
change.
that's come up
And then is there a dialed-in cost for the remediation on that? Right, is there a dialed-in, or is it general?
Well, we
No,
still,
it's 3.8 million.
It's really growing, hasn't it?
Okay.
What was the first number we got, like 1?
2 point something,
That was 1 million for a long time.
That's what I
Yeah.
thought, I thought it was like 1.
1 million, then it went to 2 million.
Those that have been here know it always keeps increasing
Yeah.
every quote you get.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And even if you had a little bit of funds set aside to start working, say, the perimeter, or doing some things, you can't. The EPA considers the site as contaminated.
right,
Can't tamper with it.
yeah.
Crazy.
It is crazy.
Crazy, but it's a good crazy.
Yeah, it
Just
is.
keep moving it forward.
Yes. Anybody got any questions for Keith? Yep, I think there's,
Appreciate everybody's time.
you bet.
I think, did the master plan make any sort of a, what am I trying to say, public
Rollout?
rollout? Has it been rolled out
I
publicly?
believe we've rolled
And if
it
so,
out.
have you gotten any feedback from that?
Yeah, not yet.
Okay.
But that needs to get on the calendar.
Okay.
You'll have that steering committee meeting.
Yep.
The user groups meeting,
Yeah,
and then public.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Want to keep everybody informed.
yeah,
Yep, for sure.
And the other piece of that is, you know, the Crestman land, the CNC Ventures, which makes this a little unique because it's a private, public district,
yes,
if you will. So that piece will move along faster than what the lagoon
right,
project will.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think,
Patient governance.
oh, yeah.
Terrible.
And we've had, there's been some great conversations with Senator Thune's office as they've been very instrumental in this deal from the beginning with the regionalization money and the whole thing that they put together. So we've been in contact with them, but we're right now and trying not to, we don't want to play that hammer until we absolutely get to a point where we have to. And then we'll try to have the senator pull some levers for us if there's any possible way we can do that. So,
If we said we were going to remediate 3 reflecting pools, have we had any more success? Would it be? Just disregard that question. Moving
More
on.
reflection on peace.
All right. Anything else for Keith? If not, thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks.
All right. Well, that's, man, we moved through the list in about 50 minutes. That's pretty good.
This format might work.
This might work. Well, it gave us a chance to
Thank you.
get everybody's information. You bet.
Thank you.
All right. Hearing, thanks, Blair.
Good to see you, Blair.
Thanks, you guys. Yeah. We should just probably see if anybody got any general, right?
So, still being aired publicly.
Yeah, well, no, we're still,
Still online.
yeah.
On the line, as they say.
I think we can have that, don't you think? Yeah. Or should we go into that?
I don't know. So, Teresa, what do you think? Should we keep it on the line? Or on the YouTube, should we keep it, streaming, or should we go to it? Cut it off now. Go to exec?
We can hit the button.
Motion to go into executive.
Second.
I don't think
Oh.
we can do that.
Oh, yeah.
Executive, it has to be
It's
publicly.
non-executive.
Yeah,
Yeah, we don't have,
Conversation.
yeah.
okay.
Okay, we can
We
just end the
can
meeting.
quit streaming though.
We could just send the meeting.
Well, then,
Absolutely.
we can quit discussing on yours own.
Oh, okay.
Can't do that.
Do you want executive for anything?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think, we'll do it, if we do, we'll do it tomorrow
Yeah,
night.
sounds good.
All right, somebody would like to make a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn? Second?
Now, can I clarify? I read through the stuff for tomorrow night's meeting. There has been a change. Is it only for exec that we have to call each individual?
Yes,
Not for just closing the meeting?
that's the way I
Okay,
understand it.
so then I will say, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Same side, motion adjourned. Okay, now you can click her off.
Okay.
That's a new.
Yeah,
Yes.
with the new law change, it's
So